In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to pay off credit card debt even faster with a simple strategy. I have all the information for you right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. So, are you pretty excited to talk about paying off credit card debt? I'm guessing you're probably as excited as I am. Well, actually, I'm pretty excited. I really enjoy talking about this stuff, but I do want to bring to your attention one simple strategy that'll help you pay off a lot of credit card debt relatively quickly. Now, obviously, this is going to vary for everybody because everybody's situation is very different. The amount of credit card debt somebody may have is going to be different from person to person. The amount of disposable income somebody has to put toward that debt is also very different. So again, this is not a one-size-fits-all approach, and again, the timelines are going to be very different, but the approach is honestly very easy. You can implement this, and again, it'll save you a lot of money along the way in interest, especially right now as interest rates on credit cards are very high. In fact, these interest rates that we are seeing on credit cards right now are the highest that we've seen in a couple decades. It's been a very long time since we've seen interest rates even anywhere near this high on credit cards. So if you're carrying a balance, like a lot of us are, you're probably looking at your bill every month and thinking, wow, this interest is racking up very fast and this is not fun. Yeah, I totally agree with you, right? So anyway, if there's anything we can do to eliminate this credit card debt a little bit faster, that simply means it's more money in your pocket and less money going to the bank in the form of interest that you get nothing for. It's literally burning money, right? It's just nothing. It goes to nothing, and it's not even fun. So anyway, I want to bring that to your attention. All right, so first off, let me ask you a quick question. What is the last thing you would think about doing when trying to get out of credit card debt? I don't know, buying a new car, going out on a shopping spree. Yes, all of that makes perfect sense. I totally agree with you. But maybe one of the last things you would think about doing when trying to get out of credit card debt is actually opening up a new credit card, right? How cool would that be, right? Feed the beast, right? You're trying to get out of credit card debt. So what should I do? Let me think for a second. Let's open up a new card, right? Yes, I agree, right? So anyway, this is actually one of the strategies. So yes, opening up a brand new credit card when you're trying to get out of credit card debt may actually be a good thing. But hold up, before you just go out and start applying for new cards, let me explain exactly what I'm talking about here, because there is strategy behind this, okay? You got to do a little bit of research. It's not going to take you long, I guarantee you. Simply go on Google and you'll find yourself some good fits. But my point is, don't run out and just open up a bunch of new cards. In fact, I would never advocate for going out and spending a bunch of money on a bunch of useless junk that we don't need. I would not do that, okay? Please do not do that, especially if you're in credit card debt. Do not do that. You don't want to do that. But, okay, here's the strategy. And you've probably heard from other gurus out there, again, that talk about finance stuff. And again, everybody has their own opinion. That's totally fine. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own teachings. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's okay. Well, I was going to say a funny saying, but I shouldn't say that in this video. You get what I'm saying here, okay? There's different strategies for everybody. That could have been said in a very different way, which I was about to say, but it's probably not the best thing to say in this video, but it's pretty funny. But anyway, so here's what's going on here, okay? So some people out there would suggest, don't open a credit card. That's ridiculous. Why would you open a credit card? Cut up all your credit cards and never use them again and just use cash. I'm sorry, cash is going away, okay? There's not many people out there that use cash anymore, and anybody that does, it's almost like, whoa, that guy has cash? Wow, what a lucky guy, right? There's not that many people that use cash anymore, but so here's what the strategy would be. And again, I just want to give this to your attention. I want to bring it to your attention. Do some research on this. And again, you got to be careful about all this stuff. And again, you just do your research, do your due diligence, and just make sure you're finding the right fit for you. But the strategy is, okay, if you're dealing with credit card debt, you're probably dealing with all kinds of high interest rates on this. Here's the cool thing about opening up a new card. And again, you got to find the right card for you. There's a bunch of cards out there that are available. Find the right one for you. There's thousands of options. Just do a little bit of research. But when you find a card that's for you, a lot of times, many of these cards out there have a 0% transfer balance APR, right? So basically what they do is they say, hey, we're going to give you 12 months, 18 months, 24 months of introductory 0% APR, like a 0% balance transfer, okay? In other words, what they're going to do is they're going to charge you, additional 0% interest on that balance transfer. Not bad, right? Because right now, when your balance is just sitting at some just credit card, wherever it's sitting right now, you're racking up interest on a monthly basis. Every single day that balance is sitting there, interest is racking up. Now, here's another thing as well. You might be thinking, but wait, there's a balance transfer fee, right? Yeah, sometimes there are, but guess what? A lot of times these new cards, they want you to open up a new card. So what do they have to do to get you? They offer concessions, right? So the 0% balance transfer, the 0% APR for 12 months, 24 months, whatever it happens to be, things like this, right? Or whatever it is. And again, it's going to vary based on the card. There's a ton of different options out there, but generally a balance transfer fee is between 3% and 5%. Again, you might be thinking, it's not too bad, 3%, 5%, whatever. Think of it this way. For every $10,000 that you were to transfer in credit card debt, a 3% fee or a 3% transfer fee on that would be $300 or $500 on every 10 grand, depending on what the fee is. Okay, 3%, 5%. That's pretty standard across the board for a balance transfer fee. That's a lot of extra money. I'm not sure about you. I certainly would not want to pay an extra $300 or $500 just in a fee to transfer a balance. No thanks. I'm good. I'm not going to pay that fee. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and find a different card that does not have a balance transfer fee. So that's my point here. Okay, so here's what the key is. Find a new card that has a $0 balance transfer fee. That's key number one, because you never want to pay that fee. And then find a card that also probably has a $0 annual fee as well. Remember, the annual fees, those can be rough, okay? You never want to be paying the annual fee. There's plenty of cards out there with no annual fee. But then on top of that, there's also a 0% introductory interest on that as well. And it's typically for, again, fill in the blank with whatever. Sometimes it's 12 months, sometimes it's 18, sometimes it's 24, or some other random month number that they give in there. But the whole point behind it is, take your balance that you're sitting on in your one credit card that's offering you nothing other than a high interest rate right now. You transfer the balance to the new card, and then boom, you're sitting there with a $0 transfer fee. And now you've got this introductory interest rate, and you're sitting on all this. So now what you do is you hammer that card. Every single week, every single month, whenever you have some extra money, hammer that card and pay that balance down as much as you possibly can during that introductory rate time when you're, introductory 0% APR interest rate, things like this. When you have that introductory rate right there, hammer that card. While you're getting zero accumulating interest on that, do what you can to pay that thing down as quickly as you possibly can. Because once that introductory rate is over, then guess what? Now it all comes in and they say, time to pay, sucker, right? So they come in and they try to jack up those interest rates and they try to get all that money from you, right? So again, do what you can, delegate every last dollar you possibly can, and pay that balance down as much as possible. So again, I know this is a basic strategy. I know that other people talk about this, but sometimes you just need to hear it again. Sometimes you need to hear it from other people, but it's a pretty effective strategy. But again, a lot of times when you're thinking about, we got to get out of this and, pay off the credit card, I'm going to cut off my credit card as soon as this debt is paid off and things like this, sometimes the best thing to do is actually open up another new card, even though it would seem completely counterintuitive, completely contradictory. Yeah, contradictory. Sorry. Had to think about how to pronounce that word for a second. It seems completely contradictory to wait, I'm in credit card debt, I'm going to open up a new credit card now? Yeah, I know. It sounds very silly, like I can't imagine doing such a thing. You're right. A lot of times it wouldn't make sense, but in this situation, to take advantage of the introductory APRs, things like that, that is why it makes sense. Makes sense with all that? But here's the other downfall behind this, okay? Now you've got these credit cards that are sitting there open. You've got to have personal control, self-control, whatever it happens to be. You've got to have this control to say, I am not going to rack up these cards and max these suckers out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick these things away, put it in a drawer somewhere. I'm going to forget about it, whatever it happens to be. I'm not going to save the number into my phone or input it on my favorite website. So all I have to do is click 2 times to buy. You know what I'm talking about, right? They make it way too easy. Yeah, but my point is, okay, when this is applied, it can be very effective. And then again, remember, once the credit card debt has been paid off, don't go nuts again. You may want to think about closing one or just get it out of there, cut it up, get rid of it, whatever you got to do. Again, it's going to be different for everybody, but you got to exercise self-control. That's also going to be very important and pivotal in this whole strategy as well, right? You can't just open up cards and transfer balances and try to pay them down only to get back into that same trap again by racking up more debt, by spending more, because now you have more credit to rely on, right? You have more credit that you can spend on. Not a good thing, right? Anyway, I hope this helps you, but again, I just want to bring this to your attention really quickly. Take advantage of this. If you'd like me to come back and break down some of the common cards out there, some of the great options for credit cards for this strategy, let me know. I can make a follow-up video to this, but otherwise, there's a lot of different options out there. Every card is going to be a little bit different for everybody. You got to find the right fit for yourself. And you can literally just go on Google and just type in just like $0 balance transfer fee credit card. I don't know, 0% introductory APR, something like that. Great cards for balance transfers. Just do some research on it. If you want me to come back, I can break down 5, 6, 7 cards, something like that for you. There's a lot of great options that are out there, some of which I have myself, and they're great options. But by the way, I have multiple credit cards. I think I have like 5 credit cards right now. But in my life, I've had like a lot of credit cards. I've opened, closed a lot of them, probably 20, 25 credit cards I've had in my life so far. And again, just you got to find the best ones for you. Anyway, I can certainly come back and make that video if you'd like me to. Otherwise, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends on my social media. Check out the other videos here on the channel, including the ones in the video library. Down below in the description at the top of the comment section, I've hand selected some for you there. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Hope this helps and enjoy. I'll catch you